crash till 1 a.m. That's where I am. We still leave off the fumes from the big sky that lingers over our heads. And those unending nights, well, they mean everything. Try not to get so far. Would you trade it for anything? 'Cause sometimes it seems so hard, and it's about time we called on life. Always looking toward the future. I live in this cold, this infinite night, with nothing but the warmth of my friends. And I heard everyone say it's everything. Try not to get so far. Would trade it for anything. 'Cause sometimes it seems so hard. I'll go to sleep when I'm dead. Stay awake till the next wave starts to kick in. And I feel like I'm flying away. Never looked at you the same way. You were echoing all my thoughts to me. I started bleeding color once again, and it poured like rain. For 100 days we never looked up once. But that's where the stars were. Yeah, that's where the light came from. I'm finding myself and I'm leaving my body here. It feels like the ocean, the depth of my heart. I live for the moment and try not to fall. And when we come down, we'll see clearly again. We'll see clearly again. I'm gonna sleep when I'm dead. Stay awake till the next wave starts to kick in. And I feel like I'm flying away. Never looked at you the same way. You were echoing all my thoughts to me. I started bleeding color once again. It poured like rain. For 100 days we never till we couldn't. All that we wanted was some company. She said, I guess you let me down again. I don't wanna be just friends, the one to sleep in the living room. And she said, I think it's all you. You haven't seen yourself lately. You remember that ring you gave me? I do.
Is it? Oh. Hello. Okay. This is definitely weird. But you know what? I'll take it. Alright. Hold on, give me a second. Alright. Okay, so I guess whatever could go wrong did go wrong. And yeah, thanks Yeti Blue microphone for working. All right. Oh, geez, sorry about that. On, you were just working a second ago. Wrong one. The word tonight is okay. Since I'm at the point of frustration with this stream. Oh boy. Okay, let's see if maybe we plug you in here. Maybe this will work out better. Or totally not. Did I had two running? Okay, that's strange. Really strange.
Got it.
All right. You seem talkative. A curved spine twisted, this woman's posture forward, her greasy hair draped over her large eyes like veins. She smiles at you. You must be visiting someone. Then, noting your appearance, she adds, a friendly visit, I hope. What do you know of Animancer Azo? Oh, I like him very much. Many Animancers could care less about their patients. Oh, at look at us, like vermin for their experiments. But Master Enzo treats us like humans, even the sick. You can tell he does this to help people. Yo, Merry Christmas, Geishi! And if you're with your family, Merry Christmas, Papa, Mama Casera. He he's helping me understand a great deal about myself, and I know he's done the same for others. It's too bad what they did to him. He hides it well, but I know he's still affected by it. What happened to Azo? Riol's eyes dart back and forth, and her voice lowers to just above a whisper. They don't like to talk about it, but there was an accident. He w he was said to be one of the brightest in Direwood. That was his reputation here, and that was what brought me to seek treatment. People say it was ego that drove him to try and solve the legacy, but that's hogwash. Even if he was a bit of a showman, he loved his homeland, thought he could help. But you get anything special for Christmas, Keishi? Whether it's from a family or you got it for yourself. He wasn't one to speak of his work. I suspect his colleagues might have tried to steal it, but he told me once that he had figured out a way to create a soul. Not a soul exactly, mind you. How'd he put it? A proxy. I think he called it had some machine that drew energy out of the very ether. Can you imagine? The point is, it was going. to help with the legacy. It was going to make Hollowborn into something easier to love and care for. Gods know that's something we need. Do you know what they call those empty little babies in, in Andra's gift? No, tell me. They call them bayous because so many of them are floating face down in the water. These are mad times. The grieving mother hands fly to her ears, and her mouth framed as a silent scream. Only, only her mind speaks evils that magnify tragedies. This is this is what we must stop. Anyway, Master Enzo had scheduled a public demonstration of his work in Copperland. He was so excited. And then the next day, he was locked in his office, turning away visitors. I heard he had stopped seeing patients. I don't know exactly what happened, and I don't have the heart to ask him, but I'm glad they're letting him treat people again. Where might I find this Dr. Azo? I think I've seen him around today. Have you checked the laboratory? It shares a wall with his office. He's he's been spending most of his time there lately. See, have any of the patients been acting unusual? Well, there's Batrixa, who relives a murder she committed more than 5 lifetimes ago. Idleman, who they say only has half a soul, and who was found collecting the faces of others he believed his own to be false ones. Graham, he speaks in a language no one understands, and wails at night sometimes. Different from their normal behaviors, I mean. Well, yes, I suppose, but nothing they didn't volunteer for. Master Azo let us know that the number of patients in the North Ward had volunteered for a new therapy and would be escorted to his laboratory to receive treatment. The North Ward has our most troubled cases. I'm glad some of them have chosen to get help. It seems to me it's gotten quieter over there since it started. It's Graham I see them taking the most. He struggles, but he always was a bit of a wild one. Would I be able to visit the North Ward? They like to keep them separated. I don't know that I've ever seen the guards allow a visitor, just Master Azo. Why are you in here? Behind her hair, her cheeks flushed. I don't want to say. You'll think less of me. When you blush, it brings out the color of your eyes. Her blush deepens, and she ducks her head forward to bury her face deeply beneath her hair. These last few years haven't been kind to me. They haven't been kind to anyone, really. I try not to think of it as personal. I lost my husband and both boys in the Saints War. My daughter, the legacy took her before she was e- ever mine. I made do. What else can I do? I moved into a tiny place in Audrin's gift, got by mending clothes and on the kindness of strangers when I do. But I survived. But I was surviving, and the gods were watching over me. I could live with that. Then, one day, this noblewoman came in. Wants this fancy gown fixed. Gorgeous thing. This shade of blue I'd never seen before. Only I had. I looked at it, and it reminded me of something. I had what they called an awakening. I remember being a nobleman myself in another life. People doting over me, men doting over me, me, the best food, The most beautiful home, all the things you never dared to dream of. They were mine. It was poison, knowing that all those things I had that I'll never have in this life, it did something to me. My food started to taste rotten. The walls in my little room seemed to close in around me. I stopped being able to sleep in my own bed. So I came here. It was that or break into an estate and start ordering servants around. Eric is on Nihilus. Satan takes note on backlog. Yo, I'm working through it. I deserve I deserve some recognition. How you doing, Italian mob? How how's your Christmas going? It seems like such a silly thing to worry about. You don't have to tell me, but I can't get past it. Start to wonder, did the gods choose this life for me? And if so, what terrible thing have must I have done to deserve it? Maybe you'll get there again one day. If not in this life, maybe then another. Kids are off to bed, cookies and milk are out, presents in the tree. All right. Mission accomplished. Hello. Hold on. 1 second, guys. Hello? Yeah? Okay. Okay, apparently fireworks are going to be starting soon. Wait, didn't I know this person? Any plans tomorrow? Honestly, I don't know yet. We're just going to spend a lot of time with the fam. Well, as much time I can with the fam. Just because literally the last couple days have been crazy. So let me put this in perspective. So 2 days ago, my brother-in-law kind of going a little, to put it mildly, and he got into a fight with my wife. And words were exchanged, and they were not good words. So fast forward to the next day. My brother-in-law is still angry, like to the point that we're worried about the girls. And so like we go to check on him and everything, he's kind of angry. The my father-in-law decides to call the police. And so yeah. So yesterday I was just trying to make sense of everything. And so that tore asunder in oh shoot. Hold on. Okay, chat, I'll be right back. The fireworks are starting. Um so I'll tell the story when I get back. all the fireworks, as well as like all the dog barking that's going on as well. God dang. God bless him. All right, where are we going?
I can do that.
No, you can't.
I can do that.
Oh, yes, you can.
That's settled.
All right, let's see what Mr. Ozzo has to say. A round-faced bald man turns to face you. His upper lip is pulled upward slightly by his poised nose, exposing his upper teeth when he scowls.
What is the meaning of this?
My first thought in my head was like, shoot, he probably sounds like Beavis or Butthead. Like, how's it going? Let's see. I heard you were demoted. How did it happen? As his nostrils flare and he bares his upper teeth more broadly. That's none of your concern. Did one of the others put you up to this? Udmir, that smug weasel. Things went wrong. Everything I don't know how. I'll never know. He spits on the floor as if to remove a bitter taste from his mouth. See, are you the animancer who's been buying ancient relics from Amont? Are you trying to discredit me? Go dig somewhere else.
What is it now?
Looking for an expert on awakening. I don't have time to give you directions. Go bother somebody else. I'd like to access the North Ward. Out of the question. Those patients are in isolation for a reason. I've been given to conduct my investigation down here. You best cooperate.
My answer is no. Whatever you're looking for, those patients will not be able to help you. The head warden will stand by me on this.
See, Ethlorn told me you're not supposed to be doing any more experiments. Yes, well, of Morda hasn't done much good for anyone since he had his soul moved to an inanimate object. So I failed to see why I should let that sway me. If animancers are allowed to are if animancers all follow their commands of their leaders, where would we be? We'd all be backwards and willfully ignorant as reindeer. We would know nothing about life or death, or even ourselves. We would be lost in the dark with no clue as to why. Our leaders guide us, and without them we risk losing our way. If this man would strike off his own, then let him fend for himself, without the benefit of the sanitarium. But yeah, so essentially now there's a big family feud going on, to put it lightly, or to put it mildly, because the mom is not talking to anybody. You toy with something beyond comprehension. It's dangerous and
Are you
foolish.
from Rayed Ceres? Are you Widewin himself, risen to smite me for my heretical belief in learning who I am and why I exist? Please. You are afraid because men have taught you to be afraid. Because they were taught to be afraid. These things are only beyond our comprehension because of the fears of people like you.
Yeah, so now I'm streaming from the living room. And my son's in his bed. Well, in our bed, sleeping. Yes, Deanna, he's good. He's as snug as a rug.
Who will solve Widewin's legacy? Some church? Some warrior? It will be an animancer or it will be no one at all.
Like, I checked on him for about, like, 10 minutes. He just didn't move. Like, Nina didn't bother him. Fireworks didn't bother him. Like, he was as good as could be. Have you tried your experiments on any other subjects? I have, yes. No point in lying about it. Now that Ethel Mulder's involved, I asked for volunteers from our patients, and a few brave souls came forward. I was very close at one time to a breakthrough. They understood that. They understood their sacrifice would mean something. Jeez. Someone's a madman. Right? I think this is the only way forward. Hey, never mind. I think we need to go back and talk with what's his face. Here, I'm gonna go check on the ant real quick. Right. Okay, now we're good. Oh, my craft hall was constructed. Let's see, what else do I need? Uh, you know what? Is there anything that's quick we can do? What? Let's go with the lab. That way it's one day.
Good day, stranger.
Oh, okay. Not helpful. Oh, sugar honey iced tea. I mean, you can't just say like, "Hey, what's his face doing crazy stuff again?" Uh, more news on 11 if you let me pass the door.
What is it now?
Access North Ward. So you can coerce them into your experiments. Ray Lowell told me
She's
everything.
a patient! That blazing woman knows nothing of the nature of my experiments.
He balls up his fist and digs his teeth into his index finger. A growl simmers beneath his breath, and a deep scowl compresses his face. Scowl compressing his
Fine.
face.
Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
He pulls a key. He pulls a heavy key from one of his pockets and nearly slams it down on the floor before handing it to you. Somebody has anger issues. Alright, let's save real quick. Okay, somebody doesn't know their face. This man has the look in his eyes of a haunted animal, and at your approach, he staggers backwards to the far corner of his cell, halfway appearing as though he would climb the walls if it would get him further away from you. He cries out a bizarre, primal urgence like nothing you've heard before. Oh, shoot. Um, that happened. Let's see. I need to ask you some questions. Graham looks at you blankly. It is unclear whether he understands you or not, but his panic is momentarily subsided. He opens his mouth to speak, but the words that come out are half-formed, as though his tongue were cut off. They are impossible for you to discern, if indeed they are words at all. One winks. I don't think he can speak anymore. Not in words, at least. This is monstrous. Ryo said you were being treated by Kenem Anzo? He looks at you with uncertainty. Slowly, tentatively, he steps closer to the front of his cell, and as he does so, the first thing you can perceive is soul within your ken. It is misshapen, as though made by some jagged instrument, and large expanses of it have been gouged out entirely. You feel no barrier of resistance. If you wanted to, you could look further into Graham's soul, peer into his soul. You project out towards the maimed soul in front of you, merging with it. Its confusion and fear become yours as it whisks you into its depths. You're in your cell. The key turns. The door creaks open on neglected hinges. Thoughts come to you in waves, incomplete, broken, fearful. Standing at the door is a routed, bald man. His upper teeth and his pointy nose remind you of a rat. He beckons apologetic. You don't want to go. Anything else in your mind is a single word, and the word is no, but it dissolves before it reaches your lips. You press against the back wall, cornered. You cry out. In darkness, you fight against unseen restraints. You cannot move your arms or legs. The man walks into the room carrying a lit candle. Its meager flame casts long shadows across the books and mechan machinery. Straps bind your arms and legs. Cold metal scribes the crowns of your head and the breadth of your chest. The man is sorry. He is in need of raw materials. They dismantled his work, and he needs another source. He needs to show them he was right. He thanks you. Then he turns a knob, and you feel yourself beginning to crack from within, and you can feel torn pieces of you torn away, like having your insides chewed by a horde of rats, and you are screaming a scream you can barely hear. You searching. Another night, heavy footsteps outside your door, coming for you. You look through the slit in your door. The flesh giant. The artifact begins just outside, but facing left, facing the end of the hall. The boy there. The boy looks with interest at the giant, then collapses on the floor a shed snakeskin. Giant convulsed convulses for a moment, then rights itself, turns away and leaves, decoupled from Graham's soul. Graham looks at you, still wide-eyed, but somehow more pleasant. He nods at you, then walks back to the end of his cell. As you regain awareness of what happened around you, you realize that your head is in Pagana's feathered hands. Her golden eyes are peering into your own, as though she is trying to catch a glimpse of activity activity lurking in the depths. As she sees your eyes respond, she wobbles your head a little and gives you a light slap. Then, letting go and stepping back, she regards you with concern. Everything going all right in there?
these poor people. This isn't the treatment that they were promised upstairs by the cushioned seats and lush carpets. Is that the cure for soul sickness? To be thrown into a cell and subjected to the whims of your captor?
See, these are lunatics and wastrels. At least here they serve a purpose. No, that's cruel. Animators as mad as their patients. But if all were treated like this, sanitarium would never survive. What did these patients do to warrant such conditions? There are just as many here who come here and cured of their ills, people who would otherwise be cast aside. I hope so. Kanad takes a deep breath. You're probably right. It's just hard to see. Let's be on our way. This place gnaws at the soul. Ah, here we go. A weary adolescent boy stands in center of his cell, gawing and stoop-shouldered. He stares straight ahead. The occasional blink is only movement, and it is unclear whether he registers your presence at all behind his glassy, doll-like eyes. In this state, the barrier between your soul and his are thin and porous, easily bypassed if you should wish. Reach out to his soul. You close your eyes and edge towards the boy's soul, and as you near, a sudden malice comes over you. You are cold and warm all at once, sweating and shivering and straining for breath as you did on the caravan journey. The soul you approach is the wrong one, a parasitic plant that strangles its host. It is predatory and pitiless, and you have crossed paths with it before. Too late. Does oh okay, streaming improved during a fireworks, not the best thing. Where was I? Too late does it occur to you to retreat, and you already feel yourself plunging into some interminable abyss of thought and memory. You're standing in a cell now, the same cell in the sanitarium. The halls are moonlit and empty, and you are waiting. At the far end of the ward, the door opens, revealing a flesh golem in the silhouette beneath the stone archway. It makes its usual rounds, the same stop every time, the misbegotten child of despondent creators. When the construction is close, you coil yourself up and spring forward, passing out of the boy's body as though it were a membrane. You can sense his body behind you, collapsing to the floor, a puppet whose strings are cut. You are rushing towards the golem now, bodiless as a gust of wind. Quickly, you think to yourself, quickly, and you feel the strength hemorrhaging from your soul as you dart towards the makeshift abomination. You pass into the golem's shell and overtake the souls implanted within, encircling it, suppressing it, and contained in the new vessel you are strong in. You step heavy-footed down corridors unhealed by the same constructs and scrutinized and scrutinized only by the wary, untrustworthy eyes of the mad, coming at last to an office piled with books and scribbled papers and the perceived implants of animancy. You set your oversized hand upon a large machine, a nest of globes and tubes and coils in the center of the room, and go to work bending wires in unsettling arrangements. See, stream has noise cancellation from them fireworks. Wait, can you actually hear the fireworks or not hear the fireworks? Because they pretty much stopped right now. But how you doing, Alex? Merry Christmas. You're surrounded. Your surroundings are pulled past you, or perhaps you are pulled past them, and they dissolve into a blur. When they settle into place again, you are outside on a clear day, standing in front of a crowd stacked high above you on the tiered seats of an amphitheater. You are acting for the crowd, standing deliberately still, but this is no play. Aww. Yo, Noose, you compliments will get you everywhere. Let's see, not hearing them? Yeah, they pretty much stopped. Don't see any more going off. But there was definitely a lot earlier. Noose, how you doing? How's your Christmas going so far? A balding man with rodent-like features is strapping you to a machine, the one you had tampered with. You see your arms for the first time, short and fleshy, unmistakably those of a little girl. But this body is not truly yours. Your mind still holds the same determination, the same hard-heartedness as before. The body itself is cold and vacuous, unlike the other. This one has no soul of its own. The man speaks, and the crowd applauds with the enthusiasm worthy of a hero's entrance. Bear witness, he says, and he pulls the lever. The machine shivers and sparks, and the band of sweat rolls down the side of the man's brow. But the crowd's apprehension quickly gives way to awe as a crystal globe fills with a radiant mist that casts an entire theater aglow. He opens the valve, and the glow crawls through a tube along the length of copper wiring that runs to a set of electrodes beneath your armpits. See, got some family revenue. Nice. Not to bring down the vibes, but my dad actually passed away. Oh, news. My condolences. But don't worry, my in-laws are going through a feud, and literally it just started yesterday. So, if anything, I hope your dad is in a better place and whatnot. And if you need anything, just reach out, man. Feel nothing as it reaches you, as it should be, for you have been leading his work astray periodically for some time, altering notes and setting the for puppeteer for Hollowborn. But you make it look how people would expect it to look when a body is infused with a soul. In a moment, the machine goes dark, and the man unstraps you, eyeing you with a scientist's concern. He looks back at the crowd. Behold, he says, but there is obvious hesitation in his voice. Slowly, you take a plodding step forward, then another, and another. You look up at the man, giving him the eye contact of which no Hollowborn is capable, and the crowd gasps. The man looks relieved. How do you feel? He asks at a volume meant for the crowd. And this is the moment. At the top of your lungs, you let out a piercing shriek. The man comes towards you, his hand outstretched, but you run the other way, back to the machine. With all your strength, you you drive your head into the crystal globe, and it shatters, striking your head with warm blood. Drive your head down onto the surface of the machine again and again. Strong panic screams from the crowd, and by the time the man reaches you, your body has already ceased proper function and merely twitches on the cold ground. Satisfied, you depart the corpse in search of another unsuspecting host. Who could put their faith in animancy now? You are pulled again from your surroundings, transcending the boundaries of memories and lifetimes, deeper and deeper past betrayals and murders and lies upon lies that form the thick webbing of plots beyond mortal comprehension. You settle at last on a room you have seen before, expansive, with a tall device encasing an Andra monolith at its center. The room is filled with people, and the people all look at the device. You are yanked suddenly back to reality, and the once catatonic boy in the cell is looking directly at you, appraising, calculating. There is no mistake now that it is the soul of Thanos Arcanon, the man you have been searching for. That gaze out of that gazes out from the borrowed husk, a watcher. See, I believe we share a common past. I'm just looking for some answers. Is that so? He makes no effort to hide his disdain, but he continues to search your eyes. He makes a slight grunting noise, and his eyes soften for an instant, and it seems for that moment that he recognizes you. He opens his mouth to speak, then seems to think better of what he was about to say. His jaw tightens. I know you. You hunger for answers that elude you. It gnaws at your soul. It usurps your reason for being. You are like everyone. I'll be alright, but thanks for offering, man. It's almost 1 a.m., but I still wanted to drop a like on the stream and chill for a bit. Aw, news. Thank you there, my guy. I know it's pretty late for me as well, but I figured might as well stream now than never. Plus, I need to get some headway with this game, considering that I did the calculations between Twitter and YouTube with the poll. It was a 1-for-1 split between keep playing this game, you bum, and play something else. I will help you let go. He dodges backwards with startling grace, putting himself out of reach. On his face there is no malice, only the dispassion of a farmer putting down a sick animal. Then suddenly he slumps forward. What the deuce just happened? Jailbreak? Yep, congratulations, Alex, on being the only Twitter vote.
What?
Eh? I'm ready.
Following your lead.
Right, I'm hearing this fleshy construct.
Let's.
Okay, we got him. Yep, looks like we're gonna stick with it. Because I imagine that we're near another act or something important. See, blah 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 blah. Well, tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak.
Brave thou Philos, dear leave.
Lava will be on seek. Let's go.
Here's a lesson to be taught. I have them. You can trust me.
So that
Brave thou Philos, dear leave.
oh damn. Wait, I think it might have been a bad idea.
Brave thou Philos, dear leave.
Oh yeah, it was a bad idea. Okay, never mind. Not a bad idea. But we do need to check their bodies. Yep, we caused a riot. Or something in that matter.
Philos, dear leave.
I'm ready.
Yes?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
No, you need to heal, my good sir. Oh, shoot, what about the scientists?
Brave thou Philos, dear leave.
I don't lie, these guys kind of look like makeshift wannabe. Obviously, you must extend the pole ties don't count. That's just true, Alex. We're not Switzerland. We don't accept ties. Even though the NFL does. Where's what's-his-face? What have you done? You've been experimenting on patients against their will, mangling their souls. I have witnessed it with my own eyes. As his face drained of what little color it does. How could you possibly? Look. It had to be done. Esmeralda and the others, they took everything from me. Everything that I was this close. I had to know. Had to know where I failed and why. Imagine the value if I'd succeeded. I had something that could make all those hollow infants into something like a real person. And with a few more patrons and a few years of research, who knows? No one has come that close with the legacy. It's, it's why I have to continue, why I have to risk everything here, working in secret. It's why I have to lie to Elmo Morn. For me, tell him you've cleared me of all suspicion. You know, I'm gonna expose you for what
Then
you
I can't let
are.
you get in my way either.
Well, that's him problem. Ooh. Okay, that was quick.
No problem.
Poor guy. I mean, he took it like a champ, don't get me wrong. Shoot, what's over here?
Brave thou filat Gili.
I mean, obviously, extra XP. Okay, never mind. No XP. Don't have time to rest, though. Hope you have a fun and Merry Christmas to you and everyone else who's watching. Here's a War, $20 on PSN. It was also 20 on Steam. Or, there's this guy I've been following recently on Twitter. He has an internet archive. You can actually get the OG Gears of War PC version for free with a bunch of like fixes and everything. I might try that. And it's funny because like he did all the just recently all the Need for Speeds from BlackRock and like the classics. Those things run beautifully. What the blazes happened down there? You were given permission. You were given permission to ask questions. As it was being influenced by a patient, but that patient really wasn't himself at the time. You finish your explanation, and Ezra breaks his silence. I have read accounts of people in history who could do what you described. The accounts are few and brief and never reliable. Some go as far to suggest that they are all the same person. If truly such a person were here among us, plotting our ruin, would that would that I had a body again and could be of some real use in our time of need? I fear what the future may hold for this place. I am grateful you were able to dispatch the threat before there were loss of innocent lives. We we very nearly had another scandal on our hands. What did Azov? What part did his experiments play in the catastrophe? I confronted Azo. I was forced to kill him, unfortunately. He groans in disgust. Such a waste. There was none more gifted working here. In time, I had hoped to rehabilitate his image, but a mind like his, so full of ideas, leaves little room for patience. I would inquire more into the matter, but in truth, you have done this institution a favor. Were his transgressions ever to reach public, there would be a terrible uproar. I was blind to have trusted him a second time. His tone takes an ominous quality and reverberates all around you. I trust you will be more cautious in future
How do you do?
inquiries. Now it looks better. See, it may look better, but there's one cutscene like I just can't get over the remaster because they changed it up, and that is the ROM introduction scene where he kills Kim.
So those feathers, that's a blessing of Helia?
So they say.
Well, that's lucky. Where I'm from, we see a feathered lady, we start worrying maybe her dad got frisky with his hens.
I guess you can always trust a farm boy's head to go there first.
I won't lie, I really want to play the OG Gears of War trilogy again. But knowing Microsoft, it's all Halo, 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 Halo. Dear God, Gears of War 2 was one of my favorite games growing up. Such a good story.
How fares your search?
Here is something I can tell you about the Leiden Keys operation.
Well, let's hear it.
I found Theos in Bracken Cemetery impersonating a patient who was trying to damage the public opinion of animancy.
Forgive me, it is unlike Theos to leave witnesses. He must be furious. He did not aid you as you'd hoped, I take it? Well, take heart. With any luck, when he has finished his business, he will surely come and find you again, if only to kill you while you sleep. This news of yours makes sense, of course. To dabble in animancy is to puzzle over the secrets of the gods. This would not be the Leaden Key's first action against it. But if this is connected to their other activities, we may be in for something on a much larger scale.
Exactly, Alex. Download the free repack. Give the middle finger to Microsoft by not giving them money.
The Leaden Key's conspiracy is clear now. They have used Anguithan technology to engineer Widewind's legacy, and they want people to blame animancy for it. As we speak, the Duke is holding hearings in the palace. He is listening to arguments for and against animancy. When they finish, he is expected to decide whether to outlaw it. It seems the Leaden Key has been pushing Deerwood down this path for some time. I, for one, would enjoy seeing their little scheme fouled up at the last moment.
That'd be
Our
cool.
Duke must hear what you have to say. Unfortunately, the hearings are closed to the public, which makes the Duke inaccessible until they are completed. However, certain groups have been invited to attend. You might get in with one of them if you aren't above a little pandering. There are delegations from the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, and from House Dominel. If you can gain the support of one of those groups, that may be your best way in. See what you can arrange. What of
You want to
them?
discuss? Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I always view those things as like a waste of time. You know, Alex Bustos 96 is the top cheerer
You must gather your
and
party before.
viewer. Alright.
Hey there. How is it you Eothasians stay so optimistic? The world has not given your kind much reason to hope.
You get to a certain point and you realize you got... Or you can wait for better days.
Well, feathers in my case. But I understand your point.
I think it was the first fire? Yeah, it had to be first fire. They did the thing for the Crucible Knights. So hopefully that should help me. Come on, YL, help me. Okay, maybe don't help me. Talk to that guy at the beginning. Ah, shucky ducky. Who's the boss around here? I need to talk to him.
We just don't have the manpower.
Maybe this
Refugees
guy
from
can help me.
every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
Why don't you have enough soldiers? Actually, are you in charge of Crucible Knights? You're in Defiance Bay anyhow. High Justicar is the leader of our order, and he's currently stationed at Fleet Breaker Castle. My job is to oversee the forces in Defiance Bay and to keep order for the Duke. Let's see, Fallout 76 has no crossplay. Oh yeah, that's right. No, all the other versions do. Is Sony get a Sony. Why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleet Breaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. He gives you a thin smile. Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an animancy scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights. Warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some aggregator throws rocks at them. We don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novitiates have checked. Vivian lives with the rest of the skiviers in Copperland, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the skiviers' dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan in the area of expertise anyway. Yeah, it's because they don't want Microsoft at the time. Even though, like, I wouldn't be surprised at some point, just like, hey guys, crossplay. Animancy is tolerated in most parts of the Republic, but some Vivens prefer the community in Defiance Bay for their research. I hope she hasn't been forced out of the city, or worse. Alright, let's go help these guys real quick. Yeah, definitely strange.
You work for the Dukes of the Valian Republics, huh?
Ah, for as long as they will allow.
Must be nice always knowing who you're supposed to serve.
Well, there are 5.
Wait, shoot. Plus one right there. Copperlands. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna quickly grab a drink.
Something funny, big man?
I'm sorry, it's...
Nothing seems to trouble you much, does it, Kana?
Oh, I don't know. I never found much use in getting worked up over the little things.
Maybe to an Omawa, it all just looks like little things.
When will Sony bring their exclusives to Xbox? I mean, can you count? Go ahead and count, Chuck, what's it called? Helldivers 2. That's on Xbox now. Oh. Helldivers. I leveled up. I feel like I need more in the lore. Give me... Yeah. Alright, that's one character leveled up. Where's my other one? None. You know what? Give him the athletics. See, what's this corn have
Hail,
to say?
traveler.
By Will's eyeless face, you're one of those short orcs, but why are you green? And how are you getting the ducks to keep flying you around like that? Let me guess, you smoke a lot of white leaf, or did you get your hands on some snowcap? He claps his hands and laughs. Snowcap! Snowcap. So few people know snowcap, much less ogres. He beams and nods his head. I'm looking for Vivian. I like Vivian. She always talking about metal men, which is strange, since I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat snowcap. His brow wrinkles. I don't talk about metal men either. And I do eat snowcaps, huh? Anyway, she's not here right now. She flew away to Andra's gift to meet her friend Basilia. No, Cassilia. Yes, Cassilia. Cassilia is a friend she's gone to meet in Andra's gift. In a house, not a boat. North house. Empty house. Well, spank you very much. Hey, that game is loved. It also went from 125 gigabytes to, where's it, megabytes? I forget. It's the bigger one. To flippin' like 25 thanks to Nexies. Which is crazy. Or Nixies. Well, my friend Brad plays it, and I played around with him. It's actually pretty fun to play with Brad.
Do you still have family living in the Deerwood, Adair?
No, not these days. Parents left the country years back during the purges. I think about them a lot.
It's a shame you and your family suffered, even after the Saints' War ended. You Deerwoodens certainly have a knack for
Game is currently dead for streaming? I have no idea. Nope. 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 Well, I'm pretty sure they got sick of just shooting bugs all the time. And also they need that gotcha. Always gotta need that gotcha. So I'm gonna try to, which reminds me, I'm gonna try to play Wuthering Waves. I mean, yeah, Wuthering Waves on Friday. Olgif, who are you? Get out. Because believe it or not, I think 3.0 is actually also supposed to release. Oh, I know, Alex. I do have a gotcha addiction. And it hasn't helped me being here in Peru, because on my phone, when I'm bored, I'm just playing gotcha games. Like, I'm getting myself back into, like, Genshin and all the other games. I was like, I have my two. And I was like, shoot, I got more. As you enter the room, you see several figures huddled together. They stand at attention, armed, but not in matching gear like the Crucible Knights. At the center of the group, one woman looms over another, holding a flail. She sneers at the cowering figure. You've got pages of research here. You expect me to believe this was just your scratch work? It's nothing, I promise. Just my notes. You hear a painful smack as the woman backhands her captive. We know you were meeting with the Crucible Knights. You think they're the only ones with power in this city? They call us the Dozen for a reason. Now, I won't ask you again. At a nudge from one of her men, the woman turns and sees you watching. She narrows her eyes narrow. You shouldn't be here. Leave her alone. Yo, it's in the mail, Alex. She raises her flail and rushes. I won't lie, I love the spell a little too much, I think.
Long beyond sea.
Let's go! Ah! Let's go!
Like, hot damn, it's a good spell.
Let's go! Let's go!
I'll let my...
Eh? Let's go!
Where the hell did that random Giselle come from? Vivian's face is covered in bruises and her eyes are wide with shock and relief. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Rapid hitching breaths puncture her words. I was sure they were going to kill me. She wipes a tear from her cheek, wincing at her knuckles grazes a bruise. What just happened here? Yeah, I won't lie, I am a little bit more eager to get home, considering the family drama that has happened here. And I am feeling a little homesick. What just happened here? I thought you were coming to meet my friend from the Republics. It looks like I was walked into a trap. She shakes her head. Dozen must have been watching me for a while. I'd been working on a special project for the Crucible Knights. They weren't exactly subtle about contacting me about this project. It deals with a rather rare branch of animancy. No offense, but I probably shouldn't get into specifics without Commander Chevir's permission. Commissioned it, after all. She laughs nervously, and you can see the trouble a little indiscretion has gotten me into. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh yeah, Alex, I'll give you the brief summary. Essentially, the brother has gone a little crazy, to the point where my father-in-law has called the police on him. Um, and let's just say the mom and the dad not talking to one another. Yeah. She knows on a split list. Commander Shavir of the Crucible Knights is waiting on my research. Not that you haven't already done a lot for me, but maybe you can take it to him? I'd keep it with me to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands, but you can see how well that worked out. She nods at Dogwan's corpse. She took it away. She took it from me when I arrived. She takes a deep breath. Anyhow, don't wait on me. I can make my own way out from here.
You give me any more gifts and people will start thinking you're playing favorites.
So yeah,
Eh?
so
Following
that's
your
kind of
lead.
been my crazy holiday in a nutshell,
Hmm?
in terms of the bad part. Right, I'm gonna check out Ant real quick. Be right back. Oh, and also my wife needs surgery, and she's gonna get it on the 3rd. And yeah, life be crazy right now. Yeah, she will get better. I mean, the good news is we're doing the surgery in Peru, so it's not going to cost as much, which is nice. So, like in the States, it would cost about $7,500, I think. Here, it's about 1/3 of that. So, yeah, the only like downside is since we don't have insurance in Peru, I'm gonna have to pay it off. So I am gonna have to pay out of pocket, but at least it's not as bad. Even with insurance in the state, it would still have cost a whole lot more. Have you found Ellen yet? Dunstan needs her research. I got Alana's notes. He nods. Well done. Bring them to Dunstan at once. When you're finished, I have more work for you. What the hell is Dunstan?
That team which is known the world over as the Bears.
The Bears. And the Bears have finally made the playoffs. But yo, how's it going, DVGs? Happy Merry Christmas, good sir. I forget. The Bears clinch the division or just the wild card? Oh yeah, especially with the horrendous start at the season. Yeah, welcome to the playoffs, dude. It's nice. As long as you don't get the meme. Meme. Hopefully this year will be the Bills' year, though. Sorry to say. They're DVGs. No Patrick Mahomes. I think we're in a good spot. They have a game and a half lead. Okay. So they need to win out in order to get the division. Okay, he's in Copperlands. I should have known. Yeah, Mahomes is hurt, and the Chiefs aren't in the playoffs.
Your coloration, Kana. You're an island Omawa, aren't you? What's it like in Deadfire? I've only heard tall tales.
I wouldn't really know. I've never been to any of the Deadfire settlements, and my parents told me very little. Mostly pirate.
Yeah, this season, I would say the NFL scriptwriters have really, really, really thrown out basic plot. Like the Patriots are coming back. The Ravens are out. What else? Oh, Carolina Panthers. Maybe in a playoff spot.
The dozens may not like us foreigners much, but they certainly don't mind taking our coin.
Hello. Who are these nerds? A rude man steps through the hall, with a confident swagger, a smug grin etched on his face. He is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. One of his companions eyes you for a moment before spinning chew at your feet. Another pup come wandering in. I see. Just know that Brian Giant Slayer runs things around here, and you'll be fine. Whatever you say. That's good advice. Here's the rest. 1, the choice bounties are ours. 2, the Giant Slayer doesn't share. It's that simple. A voice bells across the hall. Enough jabber, Brian. You gotta do the job or talk about it. His jaw tightens. Wen's right. The coin ain't going to collect itself. He looks at his comrades and jerks his chin towards the door. See you around, pup. Right.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
See, you know of any places in the wilderness with colorful pools and a waterfall that rises? I know a place. I got a map locked up in one of those chests with the very marked spot. It's yours for 50 coppers. Here you go. You find it in the back room behind Solon's shop. He hands you a key. Look on the map for Shearing Falls. Fantastic place. Thermal springs alone are worth the journey. Falls are so hot, most of the water turns to steam. That's the rising you were talking about. Yeah, think of it. This is actually the first time I can think of the Chicago Bears of within offense and not anybody on the defense. So the dozen are part of the animancy hearing at Dole Palace.
Someone's got to keep the blazing Crucible Knights from leading us all to ruin, and the Dominels certainly aren't doing their part. But Wolfgren's still a man of the people. He's always been sensible in other matters. He'll hear us out eventually.
What are your thoughts on animancy? It will be our downfall if we let it. Kith weren't meant to be meddled in matters of the soul, and it's only fools that can see it. Okay, what's going on?
Go see
for work.
Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
All right.
For the last time, Aidwig, keep your fucking blade up. If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off.
I'm looking for work.
On an expedition, talk to Wenham. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Although he sizes you up, I do have something I need done. Something that requires. He glances sidelong at the Avengers, wailing away helplessly at the dummy. Competence. What do you need done?
Was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Why don't you just go and ask for it back?
No. Oh, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
Sound like leaving them was your choice.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Yo, welcome to the club.
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation. And then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
Damn. Needs it closer. I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forger in Audrin's gift.
The rocks you
right?
see here in the river are sandstone, but some people just take them for granted. It's one of my bolder attractions.
Wait for it. Damn.
It's a requirement to join the Knights.
Nothing of importance here.
Gods keep you.
Oh. It's getting a bulldog.
I can do that.
Was that the chest? Oh, here we go. Sweet. Right, there we go. Where's this Dunstan fella? Well, either way. I should make sure I get the right stuff. Oh. Right. Max Truthful Keep. Didn't mean to linger on to that, but okay. Where did I put my drink? No. Okay, there we go. So wait, I gotta ask, how's the quality of this mic? Like, from my headset. Is it better than the Blue Yeti, or would you say worse than the Yeti? Are we just going no? Seems clear. Okay. Part of me wonders now if I should just now get rid of the blue Yeti or trade it or put it on eBay or something. If this is clearer and it's working better, then it might just be worth it to have this and save myself one USB port. Ah, there he is. There's Dunstan.
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
I think this is what you're looking for. Here you go.
That's what Cleaver's been looking for anyway. If you found it, I guess I've got to start.
And you don't sound too happy about it. Yo, true. Very, very true. I'm not. And I'm surprised someone as strong-willed as you is going along with it. I made it clear to Cleaver that this is a mistake. Trying to harness souls like this, it's a crime against the gods, and it's bound to earn us more trouble than it saves. But Cleaver's giving me his orders, so I've got to build these things as best I can. Anyway, Cleaver's told me I'm to sell you any arms or armor you might want. You won't find anywhere better in Defiance Bay. I can promise you that.
Time to see if that Valian was worth all that blood and copper.
All right. Built to last.
I'll be damned. To be honest, even I wasn't expecting it to work this well. Back to it. Cleaver will want me to finish the rest of them. And it sounded like he has a job for you, too.
I found several fragments of an ancient sword. Think you can repair it? Listen gives a low whistle. That's a fine blade indeed. He holds one of the fragments in his rough hand. Looks erudite, special made. Must have been a commission for a champion of some sort. He hands you the shard back to you. A sword of this caliber would have had a specific designed hilt, too. It would be a shame to graft anything else to it. And besides, it'll balance best with all the other original pieces. If you find the rest of it, I'll forge it for you. See, what do you got for sale? You know what? Let's get rid of all this extra stuff. Dear God. Well, let's just get rid of that. And that. And all this. Oh, shoot. See what else this guy has. Eldrick's coat. Hmm. Hey, I need gloves and boots. That's a definite need. check that inventory. Where my boot? There we go. Hey, who need gloves? You need gloves, good sir. You know what? I'll give him a ring as well. Alrighty. Sweet. So mention Penhelm. Alright, where's Penhelm? Okay, no Penhelm here. Yeah. If I could have gotten my One Yeti mic to work, I think honestly, like, I wouldn't be using this mic right now. For some reason it was just like, I don't want to work today. Wait a minute, I've already been here. Really? I'm surprised more people aren't in the place right now. See, what do you
Dunstan
need
will
me to do?
complete the first squad of Forge Knights in no time. Now the High Justice will want to have his Forge Masters at Fleetbreaker Castle create more. I've made a copy of Viana's research, and the High Justice has sent a courier to Anslog's Compass to retrieve it. The dozens have gotten too active for the courier to come to Defiance Bay, and after Viana's kidnapping, we've got to assume they know about our plans. That's why I'm sending you to deliver the research. You shouldn't be recognizable to the dozens.
Yo, hopefully, we're in the thick of it now. If the High Justice is involved, political career out, considering a political career out there, Ivana Tinkle. But after this, I expect they'll learn of your association with us, and they won't be too happy about it. Neither will the Damiels, he snorts. They'll try to expand the family business, and they resent us for standing in the way. I need someone I can trust. You've proven your integrity both in my service and in Defiance Bay. Consider it done.
Anslog's Compass is a small lagoon just north of Defiance Bay. Your contact will be a commander named Arenroad. She'll meet you by the docks. Return to me when you've finished. The High Justice has made the expansion of the Forge Knights his top priority, which means it's mine as well.
Sweet. You know, I'm trying to get these guys on my side as much as I can. One, for the hearing. Two, because what's-his-face is going to be all about trying to get me to go on his side. see, where are we trying to go? Ah, here we go. Here's the compass place. 1 day and 24 hours? That's 2 days. Unless this world revolves around, Oop, labs are completed. Sweetness. What? Give him a trading ground. Meet. Okay, gotta meet this person by the dock. The one real dock over there. And it ain't no one to check and see if anything's wrong with me. Oh shoot, I forgot to level up a little bit. Pause our horses. Uh, let's make him fearless. Out endurance. We need more lore. Athletics. Yes. Grieving mother. Well, let's go detonate. And last but not least, our newly found paladin. Alright, let's see. What does he
Strange
want?
place for a shrine to Abidan, Crucible Keep. Maybe it made more sense at some point before it gathered all that dust. The only thing the Knights of the Crucible worship these days is the nobility, as far as I understand it.
I knew some soldiers who got recruited by the knights after the war was over. They told me some about it. They get these young kids in there and they tell them about blacksmithing and about the revolution and about tradition. Talk about the golem like he created the Crucible Knights in his forge to go win Direward's independence. Then they join. Turns out all those knights ever talk about is when are we gonna get recognized as a real knighthood? When are we getting our titles and our land? Their High Justice wants to be an earl. Says it's Abaddon's will. He's got a castle and an army. You wonder how long we'll wait before he starts a war over it, saying Abaddon told him to. You don't seem all bad. They're keeping peace in Defiance Bay. There is a current of something good in there, I think. Some good people wanting to do right by each other. Trouble is, they're heading away from it. Well, geez, Mr. Positive.
Eh?
Right, here's our guy. You there. Did Clevis send you?
Good day, stranger.
The woman sizes you up, squinting against the glare from the water. You've come from Crucible Keep, I take it? I was told you've had something for me? Tell me about what's happening at Fleetbearer Castle. Her eyes narrow and she eventually shrugs. You're obviously helping Commander Cleaver, so I suppose I can tell you. The High Justice has been gathering forces there. This mess with the legacy and unrest and the men eating corpses all over Direwood, isn't going away anytime soon. And the dozen are using this as an opportunity for a power grab. She strengthens. We've got to build up strength to defend Direwood as well as our position here. And with these forged knights at our disposal, we'll be unstoppable. Here it is. Excellent. I should get back to the High Justice before she looks over your shoulder at a sound of approaching footsteps. Too late. Get ready. Oh, son of a bee. This man's face is twisted into a snarl. Are you mad? You hold the secret to one of the foulest examples of animancy, and you want to hand it over to the Crucible Knights? He shakes his head. It's an abomination Kate Souls as a weapon, and you'd give these silk stockings an army for them? Alright, we're good. Raises his axe, tightens his grip around the haft. I can't let you do this. The research must be destroyed. You have to get through me first. Kill them all! Alright, first things first.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Get some winter over here. Get some snow over here.
Hey.
What?
No. You know what? We'll hit the guy right over here with a boat.
The Faru.
Let's get Paul Bell.
Let's go!
Well, that didn't last long for them. Or him. Nara wipes her blade on the lining of her cape. I'll take that as our cue to leave. With the dozen growing so bold, there's no time to waste. She strides back toward the waiting boat. Give my regards to the commander. And watch your back out there. Right, take the goods. All right. Go back to the night.
Eh?
What are you peeps doing all the way down there? And we gotta get back to Defiance Bay. Alright, first fire, let's go. Ooh, somebody wants an escort. No, send escort. Right. Soon we will have the experience. Yo, what the deuce?
Don't even slowing it down!
I'm ready.
Hey.
This definitely escalated.
Don't even slowing it down!
Let's go!
See, ooh. I'll take all this shiny stuff. Something tells me the whole plan has gone awry. Oh, who would have expected it?
Yeah.
Who would have never guessed?
I'm ready.
What? I have?
Yeah.
Oh, something tells me somebody's gonna be opportunistic in this. Campfire stuff.
Eh?
I think.
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this.
I'm ready.
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this.
We need to focus our stuff.
What?
Oh, my trading grounds have been constructed.
Eh?
I like taking everything right now.
Got it.
Right. Let's see, what should we get next? Hmm. You know what? Let's get a lodge. Have a nice lodge, big lodge. Looks so memorable. Nope, it's not sealed. Nobody's guarding it.
I'll give it a try, at least.
Shucky ducky. We need something more of an AoE. Yeah, there we go. Are you guys gonna do anything?
Let's burn this away!
One more. Alrighty. So, who's gonna host the next recruitment drive?
Got it.
What the deuce? Okay, what just happened? Okay, why are the Justicars suddenly turned against me? I mean, all I did was collect supplies. Definitely weird.
One minute, my Justiciars were training the Forge Knights. In the next, they were being cut to pieces. But the survivors owe their lives to your skill. You fought valiantly, worthy of any seasoned soldier. In fact, I'm naming you an honorary Justiciar. As a reward for your service, please accept this blade and armor, worthy of a Knight of the Crucible. If there's anything else I can do for you, you need only ask. I'll send word to Fleetbreaker Castle immediately. We clearly didn't understand the Forge Knights as well as we thought. For now, we'll have to continue recruiting the old-fashioned way.
See, so lives were lost for nothing. Keep researching the Forge Knights? No. Forge Knights are obviously too unpredictable to use safely.
Knowing how firmly you stand by your principles, I'm glad you agree with my assessment of the situation. And if I'd listened to Dunstan, none of this would have happened in the first place. I won't make that mistake again.
See, what it doesn't have against you. See, I understand that the Crucible Knights are attending the Animancy hearing at the palace.
Indeed. Duke Avar looks to the knights for prudent counsel as well as defense. I suspect our future as a city and a nation will depend in no small part on how we handle this matter.
I don't care about that, man. Let's see. What do you think about Animancy? Despite what happened with the Forge Knights, Animancy merits further study in other contexts. There's much yet that Animancy could do to cure soul maladies, strengthen essence, perhaps even emulate the effects of the legacy. He scratches his chin. We don't know until we try, and we can't afford to sit on our hands while our rivals watch us grow weak. I need an audience with Duke Avar. I'd like to attend the hearing. And we'll be glad to have you with us. Avar will no doubt find your presence persuasive, and we need all possible support to see that he gives Animancy a fair chance indeed. Was there something else I could do for you? Sweetness? Osric. Well, let's go check out Osric.
The Crucible Knights have their ambitions, but the stability of Defiance Bay is foremost in their mind. The Dukes are thinking only of their trading assets, not the long-term health of our partners in the Deerwood. If Defiance Bay falls, all we will have left are overland routes. Not much comfort.
I don't want to see anything bad happen to Defiance Bay either. She nods sharply. Good. When we tell the Duke, I hope he believes us. Yeah, let's go to the hall real quick. And I think after that, I'm going to probably call it a stream. You know, it's almost 2:30 here. I get to stream more tomorrow. Shoot, wrong one. Let's go to the hall. You know, and also I can feel my voice getting a little winded as well. Right? His name was Osrin, if I'm not mistaken. If you think about it, it's only 11:30 on the West Coast. Wait, it's only 11:30 on the West Coast? But hey. You know, some days I wish I could live on the West Coast, but then at the same time, probably I don't want to watch football in the morning. You know? Like waking up at 9 and earthquakes. Oh, the earthquakes. Oh, I'll start a trainer for the breastplate. Be somewhere in Crucible Keep. Son of a. Yo, I'm gonna do. Yo, and the forest fires. Don't forget the forest fires. How could I forget the forest fires?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
I am gathering my party and venturing forth. Sorry, my nose itches a bit. Shoot, what else is wrong with the West Coast? Smog. You know, depending upon your point of view, I guess. Flipping elitism or whatever, West Coast elite. You know, in science fiction, killer apes. God damn it, WK's the man. Just remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Oh my. Get more money. I just totally got rid of something I didn't mean to get rid of. Jimmy Crackhorn, I don't care. Oh, there he is. There's
Gods keep
Penhelm.
you.
The young novice's armor is recently shined, and his hair is clean and neatly combed. It's hard to believe he's seen battle, or that the scarce antique breastplate he wears could possibly be his. Are you looking for something? Does the name Osric sound familiar? He sniffs. If you've got any self-respect, you won't associate with him, or with any of his new friends at the expedition hall, for that matter. Scamps and delinquents, a lot of them. See, what is the story between you two? Osric has always held some conventional, I mean, controversial opinions, but they went overlooked for the longest time because his family has such an extensive history of service in the Crucible Knights. He frowned and crosses his arms. He finally went too far. He had the gall to suggest that we had strayed too far from our roots, that some of our officers were beginning to resemble Eridan nobility. He rubs a spot on his brazier with a silk handkerchief. He would have us all wear rogues, spot and fight with forged hammers. I merely reported his statement. No, I don't see the problem. He sputters. People change. Organizations change. The Crucible Knights began as a militia or a blacksmith. But Dunstan one but Dunstan's one of Only officers who can wield a hammer these days. We're professional soldiers. Isn't that who you want defending a city? Besides, a novice has no business alienating his superiors. How leaders handle subordinates' defiance says a great deal about their ability to lead. What do you think? Halguna says with a weary smile. He says your affidavit is a forgery. Just what would he know about that? It's a perfectly convenient for him to cast assumption. What with his pedigree in the Knights? He folds his arm. He blinks at you. It's a lie, of course, as should be perfectly obvious to someone as logical as you. Is that his breastplate you're wearing? It was. Looks down and admires it. It became property of the Crucible Knights when he was discharged. Now it's mine. And it's not for sale, if that's what you're. Not every day you find armor that was used in the rebellion. Enough about Osric. See, how does one become one? Oh, what's this? Right, a loss assigned to that. Ring panels affidavit to Cur. Hold on. Venom seems to have taken Osric's armor for his own, but I have his affidavit in hand as a possible bargaining chip. Curran, a cipher who signed off and panhandles affidavit, works at Harriet House in Brackenburg. Right, to Brackenburg. You know, fair to say there hasn't been a boring day in the Pillars of Eternity universe. Alright, Brackenburg. We need to go. Harriet House. No. No. Ah. I'm just in for the XP. The XP is all I need. Okay, what's his name? Curran. Ah, there's Curran.
Good day, stranger.
Let's see, is this affidavit real? It's signed by you. He holds the page, but seems to stare through the words, as if at something woven in the fabric of the paper. Curran bares his pointed teeth. I remember Penhelm, a preening peacock of a man, his mouth dry, his hands moist, when I told him he was a sole descendant of an Eridan general, one who'd fought against the Hadrit rebellion. He scans the affidavit. A forgery, and not the first I've seen. He hands it back to you, but I've no time for the knights and their obsession. Bring this to his commander, Lever, and show him the seal. He points to the wax stamped by his board signature. If he compares it with another, He should be able to spot the difference. Alright, back to the Crucible Knights. Oh my god, Penhelm's face is white. Just talk to the little cipher, did you? One of my novices told me he'd seen someone in the record room. Takes a slow step towards you, extending his hand. Give me the affidavit. I've done nothing to you. His other hand comes to rest next to his sword. Yo, cheer up. You always thought you were someone special. Soon everyone will know you are. He draws his sword and spits it at your feet. I won't let you ruin me over this.
Yeah.
Wrong answer. You ruined yourself over it, good sir.
I'm ready.
Hmm?
Well, that escalated pretty quickly.
No problem.
Alright, now let's get Rosric his best plate back. To the expedition hall. Do-do. Stuck on something? Oh, we're just taking a while. Never mind. Is this armor you wanted? Osric wavers at a moment in disbelief. He looks at you, then back at the breastplate. He reaches for it slowly, as if expecting it to disappear before he can touch it. How did you manage this? You're right. You were right about the affidavit. Unfortunately, Penhelm forced me into a fight. A shame it ended like that. But he's the lying weasel who started this. You did all I asked, and you are owed much. He withdraws a leather coin purse from his pocket and hands it to you. Stop by Saladin's shop on the other side of the hall. She sells some of the best gear in the city, and I'll see that she opens her inventory to you. What is the armor to you anyway? Osric looks around, trying to appear casual. It's nothing really, just a keepsake. He tries to look you in the eye, but when he does, he appears to reconsider. He sighs. It commemorates the Order of Magran, highest order of valor, ordered to the dead, never the living. Thus, Direwooden's real Direwooden's, we don't have nobility or birthright, unless you're some copper fucker from Adiran. All we got's the honor we bring to our family name. Order of Magran is, well, they don't give it out too much. Not often you see a member of the dozen where revolutionaries' ties are as good as he says they are. So this, he pauses, considering the weathered metal, a pale image of its former self, but still catching the light, is something to live up to. I got business with me? Sweetness. Can you tell me about the dozen? Roots. Cool. Alright. Let's... So we'll just make our way over to Lady Web, I think. And then we might go to stream. Let's see what goes on over here first.
Hail and well met.
Yo, show me your wares. The braces of all-consuming rage. No, I might just take the berserker belt. Yeah. You look for work? They don't have... Wait, what? So you look for work? Afraid I don't have any work for Lackey of the Crucible Knights. Boo. Yo, I just helped your brother, man. Killing me, Smalls. Where was they on? Oh, yeah. Brackenberg. Yo, I think I'm gone to the part of sleep where I'm starting to be like, what am I doing again? Seeing you know, I'm going to be wearing that coconuts have water in them. Coconuts have water in them. God darn. Definitely way too much bluey. Because of my son, I want to add because of my son. Alright. Save here. We'll call it a stream. You know, thank you everybody for joining me. I don't know exactly how to say thank you and everything. I do hope that everybody has a Merry Christmas and spends time with their families, because family is what really matters. And honestly, I view this community and this group as one big fam itself, through the hose, through the hose, through the highs and lows.